something.
Yasmin Bedard-Ani, last year as a freshman, played opposite in this championship, has been playing in the middle since October, and now moved to the outside. What a credit to number 27. She will quickly give way. As far as the numbers are concerned, of course, all Stanford. Hit 295 to only 192 for Texas. Outblocked the Longhorns 6-4, and also were playing some superb defense. Tap over the top of the block. No, late whistle. There was good teamwork by the officials. That ball was to the floor. As cards, we take a look at the numbers that I was just alluding to. Look at that for Stanford, 71%.
71 perfect pass, which means 71% of the time their setter doesn't really have to run to make the touch. On the other hand, Texas only at about 50. That's significantly lower than they were 2 nights ago, where they passed at a very high percentage, handling that dangerous Nebraska serve offering.
That number, as I recall, was at 63%, which is superb against Nebraska and much higher than the Texas average. Here's Kat McCoy, just underway here in the third set. Thanks for joining us once again for this championship. Texas has won it twice. Stanford looking for their 7th. And Micaiah White turning wrist away and missed it out of bounds. Micaiah White has been really solid once again. That's just her second hitting error on 21 swings, 9 kills. Ebony Wanabu just playing lights out throughout the course of this tournament, 10 of 18.
Wanabu's where you want to set here. Behind, she's been unstoppable.
Kept alive in the backcourt by Stanford. Go right back to her, absolutely, one-on-one. Poked up by Plummer. And some miscommunication in the backcourt. And Ivana Vanyek puts that ball right on the end line.
I'm really surprised because Brownsville and McCoy have been playing very good defense in left, back, and middle, but McCoy caught out of position.
White over the top of the block, now in double figures, joining Wanabu for Texas. Once again, the freshman of the year in the Big 12 Conference, first team All-American. She was 8 times Player of the Week in the conference, an all-time record. They should name the award after her. Good touch in the middle. Good block by the 6'6" Fitzmaurice. 7th stuff block for Stanford. Once again, statistically, the best blocking team in the country at over 3.3%. Oh, what a play by Hintz. Giving up her body to keep the ball alive. Dalton doing the same. Center! Speed shot, read by Johnson, number 12, out of the middle.
And part of it was a read, and part of it was just a low set. Now we get to see Bedard-Ani on the left for the first time. Let's see if Stanford wants to test her. It's been a long time since she's been a left side blocker. She might get a chance against Vanyek after this pass by Stanford.
What a versatile volleyball player. On the overpass, Chloe Collins, no. Break there for Stanford. And Fitzmaurice and Stanford take full advantage. Slow down. Inside now. Jared Elliott, you can hear on the sideline. Slow down. Keep siding out.
It's one of the things the Minnesota team talked about last year. Things just felt like they went so fast.
Johnson, nice swing off the edge, one-on-one. Another very nice in-system pass for Texas.
Yeah, that would be what we'd call a perfect pass, where Chloe Collins, the setter for Texas, really didn't have to move from her spot. Watch now if Stanford also makes a perfect pass. That is not one. You saw Jenna Gray, the setter, having to chase it down, but Catherine Plummer saves it. And we even have a shot chart that we can show you here. where inside this circle, those are the good passes. Outside, you see a higher percentage, more dots for Texas outside that circle. That means the setter, Chloe Collins, having a sprint, like right there, sprinting way forward to save and run her offense from out of position.
There's a double contact. Good call by the first referee, Patty Rolfe. Quick note on Patty Rolfe there. You see her in the blue with her back to you. Refereed the gold medal game of the Women's Olympic Tournament in Rio de Janeiro. She was the second referee. Susana Rodriguez from Spain was the first official.
First female pair. They did a really nice job.
There is Collins. Once again, strongest rotation for Texas with her in the back row. And that ball right on the sideline. Catherine Plummer, 11 kills now on 21 swings. Stanford is hitting over 300 now for the match.
And remember, the very first swing she took was over Chloe Collins out of bounds. So since that one, she's had only one error. Very impressive for a freshman playing a position she wasn't even really meant to play this season.
Yasmin Bedard-Ani called me an OPP, called me an MP, called me an OH1. That is a wonderful clutch performer. Wherever you want me to play, that's where I'll play to help my team.
You've got to love having players on your team who are willing to do anything. And Loretta Lutz is another one of those players. Catherine Plummer, one too.
Micaiah White. That ball was left a little bit inside, and Micaiah White absolutely roofed that ball straight to the floor.
Yeah, that would be a freshman error. When you're so out of position, probably not a good time to take a tough swing.
Good deep serve. Double quick there. Loretta Lutz coming inside as well. And the kill by Ajanaku. Stanford and Texas tied at 8 apiece.
Yeah, Lutz is coming in just to try to draw some attention away from Inky Ajanaku, but that's pretty hard to do right now.
Remember what Hugh McCutcheon told us before the match between Minnesota and the national semis? So we will give Ajanaku all the attention she deserves. And I said, so you mean every time?
And it still wasn't enough. They had six hands in front of her, and she was killing the ball.
Good swing. Ivana Vanyak, who doesn't hit for a good percentage on the year, only at 167, is chipping in now. 6 kills. That is a real plus for Stanford. That ball served out of bounds by Plummer again. She missed a serve to open this third set. If you're just joining us, Stanford, the number 6 seed, on top of Texas thanks to a 10-3 run in the opening set, 25-21, and then on a 9-1 run in the second. The Cardinal won 25-19 to take the 2 sets to none advantage. Good set to White, poked up, and Vanyak, in spite of her Croatian heritage and now living in Germany, could not pop that up with her foot, which would be legal, by the way, a rule change several years ago.
So far, 10 points into this third set, Paul. I got to think that's been a big move and a positive one for Coach Elliott, just because they've removed some of the negative plays, the errors that lead to direct points for Stanford.
Well, that ball, a miscue, set way too low to Loretta Lutz, and a free point for Texas, now leading 11-9. Again, the other half of the equation, number 34, not in the match right now, Oriak Baji. The 6'2 freshman has not played virtually at all since October. She's only played in 2 of the last 15 matches, but what a block again by Johnson. Now Texas starting to return the favor with 5 stuffed blocks. It was all Stanford in that category early. And John Dunning, trying to put an end to a 4-0 run, will call a Stanford timeout. That about says it all. Championship up for grabs. Three-time NCAA champion Karch Kirai, Holly Rowe on the sideline. I'm Paul Sunderland, Nationwide Arena, Columbus, Ohio. Been a wonderful host. This building is packed. Another big play for Texas, and now with their largest lead of this third set.
At some point, Jenna Gray has to realize, the setter for Stanford, that when three people are jumping as hard as they can for Inky, it means there are two hitters who have nobody in front of them.
Texas going to get another look. That ball left too far inside. Off speed from Wannabu. And that's going to be a center line or a net violation. A net violation called on Vanya. And you said, uh-oh. Uh-oh, that was a shankopotamus right on top of the net.
And it's not only uh-oh she's going to net, but uh-oh, I sure hope somebody doesn't land on somebody else's ankle. That can often happen on a set like that.
6-0 run, and Stanford forced to call another and last timeout. What an attacker, but what a blocker she is so early in her career. Coming out of the timeout, here comes libero Kat McCoy working on Vanya. And Moretta Lutz coming through with a clutch kill out of the timeout. Holly, what do you got?
John Dunning of Stanford in that last timeout told his young team, look, it does no good to be frustrated when things don't go right. Texas is good. There'll be frustrations. I want you to stay positive to the next point. Look to the future, not to the past.
Thank you, Holly. Lutz now with her fourth kill, and Ebony Wannabu once again continuing her superb play. The first team All-American, now with 12 kills on 27 swings. She has been absolutely key for Texas.
What an up by Fitzmaurice.
And McKay White nicely over the top. You saw that it was 11 kills. I was thinking my iPad was a little bit late, but let's give it credit. 11 kills for Wannabu on 26 swings.
On 23 with 0 errors still. She's amazing in terms of how clean a game of volleyball she's playing and how clean a tournament she's playing. Still only 5 errors in the whole tournament of 6 matches.
That's just crazy numbers. Not a good set there. Stanford trailing by a lot, but that ball whiffles into the cross court, into the cross body.
You see Fitzmaurice turning and just laughing and fluffing that dying quail into the corner.
Sometimes it can be a very frustrating game. All systems go, and things don't work out, and then you whiffle one into the corner. Coming on to serve, Kelsey Humphreys, one of the 2 starting setters at the beginning of the year. McKay White once again. We haven't talked an awful lot about the really dramatic decision. Now, of course, Jared Elliott has made one in this final, but John Dunning made one against Arizona earlier this season. He went, wait a minute. This 2-setter system isn't working, trailing 2-0 at home. He threw it out, drew up a new lineup on the board, and they've gone on from there.
And he drew up a new lineup, and Catherine Plummer is looking at it thinking, oh, okay, so I'm going to play outside hitter. And Kelsey Humphreys, who was the second setter, and had worked so hard to become one of Stanford's setters, waiting for years, playing behind Maddie Bugg, had finally gotten her chance this year, but then lost it again. The reins handed over to Jenna Gray, and they've taken off since that. You can see that 5-1 formation, one setter formation, having tremendous success.
Bedard on the big swing, looking for a touch, and none is detected. That ball out of bounds. All of the Texas players saying there was a touch. And so Jared Elliott will go to the challenge, and he will inform the second referee, Maggie Ray, the area of the game he wants to challenge. Let's take a look.
What'd you see, Paul? Not sure I saw it hit right pink. Her teammates, every one of the Texas players was looking over at him saying, touch, touch.
And look at the change of the rotation on this ball. Yeah, I see some vibration off the inside hand of Fitzmaurice.
But as you said, it has to be conclusive. And I'm not sure they can rely on change of spin to be conclusive.
No, I saw some fingers move. Yep.
Great zoom replay there.
Yeah, we've got super slow motion. The challenge system was not used in the first and second round, nor in the regionals. And This is a big call. I see a touch, Coach. I see a touch.
And I like the call because at this point, you really want to extend this match with your new lineup.
Touch, there it is. Great use of the challenge. And nicely done by head coach Jared Elliott. But again, you get 3 challenges per match. Not like in the Olympic Games where you have 2 challenges per set. And if you're proven correct, you keep it. So really you have an infinite number as long as you're right all the time.
Yeah, and Texas was right on that one, but they still have one less now.
Plummer on the outside rips that ball out of bounds. You talk about your teammates supporting when you know that there is a touch. Watch the reaction from the Texas players. This was a jury of your peers, and every one of them is voting unanimously.
And as a coach, that's a good strategy. We've certainly used it with USA when the people who know most, who hear it and see it best, are the hitter and those right underneath are in coverage, so that we rely on that a lot to decide whether we're going to challenge a touch call or not.
Fitzmaurice back to serve. Ajanaku back up front now with Plummer. And a big lead for Texas here in the third.
Interesting rotation. This is the one with the 2 players playing new positions, but they set probably a good choice there. Micaiah White out of the backcourt instead.
Out of the pipe, right in the middle of the court. And Chloe Collins will spearhead the strongest rotation for Texas. Statistically, over the course of the year, when Collins is serving, Texas scores 50% of the time, which is a huge efficient number. Good touch by Abaji. And Anthony Wanaboo snipping right over the top.
Really nice set by McCoy after a good read on defense. You're right, Chloe Collins served a good serve, put Plummer in trouble, immediately created a scoring opportunity for Texas.
We'll get back to Stanford's receiving numbers as far as their in-system passing, but it has dropped off significantly here in the third. Good place to go. Watch Inky Ajanaku in the huddle with these 4 freshmen. Some of the kids, remember, told us when we spoke with them the other day, they said, look, we just do whatever Inky tells us.
Apparently she's got some leadership abilities.
Apparently so. Here is Grant. Good block on the outside by Plummer. The dart on eight. Got by with 1 on the touch. Very nicely done off the challenge.
Plummer sets up a nice block, but you still, if you're Texas, you have 2 nice options. You've got the opposite, Ebony Wanaboo, far across on the left. I would guess she'd set there. She does.
Track down, free ball coming to Stanford. Wanaboo tipping and Ajanaku rejected. 21-16. And now it's time for Jared Elliott to try to slow down the surging Stanford Cardinal. Stanford up 2 sets to none, but trailing here 21-16. Remember, Stanford is out of timeouts. Jared Elliott and the Longhorns have 1 remaining tonight after a full slate of bowl games. Catch SportsCenter at night with John Butchergrass and Nicole Briscoe. They'll have a breakdown of the bowl games, of course. The Dolphins and the Jets, as well as college hoops, the NBA, NHL, and everything else. SportsCenter at night after R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl between Southern Miss and Louisiana Lafayette. Big game for the Dolphins at the Jets. Talked about Micaiah White. Now 14 kills on 30 swings, hitting 400 efficiency, 7 digs and 6 blocks.
And even a service ace. And one of the things she really helps in Texas's system is that they can set her and get lots of good back row swings. They weren't able to do that enough in sets 1 and 2. when they needed it most. They need it less now that they've gotten some more productive offensive options out there, bringing Bedard Hani in and bringing Akbaji.
Texas is siding out at 75% in this third set. Stanford has dropped to 57. Let's quickly go to Holly.
Chaos White has been incredible this year, the National Freshman of the Year, but she did not get up to an auspicious start this season. In her first match, she told us, I was terrible, hit negative 147. She said, you know, I had to realize I'm good enough and talk to myself about being a confident player. She says, I've gotten better every single match this year. She's very proud of herself after that very tough start.
She, like the rest of her teammates, are going to have to be tough here. And remember, we had some wonderful sound from the sophomore Yasmin Bedard Hani in the Texas locker room. Now or never, and I love what she said, we can all do something better. No pointing fingers. Everybody can contribute more, and she does there with a nice off-speed shot. 22-16. Good deep serve. Set by Chloe Collins.
And Ebony Wannabu is so consistent. She can go over the block regularly, but she mixes it up where she puts it over the block. That in the high corner.
Lummer going down the line, registering another kill. She, like the rest of her Stanford teammates, and give Texas a lot of credit, has been a little bit slowed down here now with 12 kills on 25 swings. Chloe Collins has not set a Baji yet. Should the Stanford block completely ignore her so far?
That would be my choice, although there she would have to set her because going up with one hand, the right hand, that's about the only place she can put it. If the pass is a little off the net or more, I would expect it to go to one sideline in front or the other behind.
Chloe Collins in the backcourt, ball penetrated the plane, so she cannot go up and participate in the block. Good call. Wannabu, smart shot off of Vanya. Wannabu now with 14 kills on 28 swings, hitting .464. Bedard Hani 444. Texas set points now.
Only 6 hitting errors in 6 matches in the NCAA tournament.
And the block there, good cover. Set point swing. Ebony Wannabu again. OTT over the top of the tallest, best block in the country. And a wonderful response, Coach Kirai from the Texas Longhorns, taking that third set 25-18 in a must-win situation. The Longhorns are on the board, and the battle is rejoined for the 36th NCAA title.